In the bustling city of Marrakesh, where the souks brimmed with vibrant spices and the hum of trade filled the air, lived Yasmina, a widow whose days were painted in the hues of solitude. Her husband, once a prosperous merchant, had been claimed by the desert, leaving her with little but a modest home and a garden struggling against the parched climate of the region. One evening, as the sunset draped the sky in shades of crimson and gold, Yasmina discovered a peculiar, ornately decorated lamp buried beneath the roots of her lone olive tree. Driven by curiosity and whispers of old tales, she rubbed the lamp. To her astonishment, smoke swirled into the form of a djinn, his eyes gleaming like polished gems. "I am at your service, mistress of the lamp," the djinn boomed, bowing deeply. "For releasing me, I shall grant thee 3 wishes." Yasmina, wise from years of life's trials, pondered her desires carefully. Her first wish was simple: "I wish for companionship that understands the value of silence." The djinn nodded, and at once her garden came alive with lush greenery, vibrant flowers, and birds singing melodious tunes, each resonating with her silent yearning for company. For her second wish, Yasmina sought security. "I wish for a source of endless sustenance," she requested. In response, her kitchen filled with an abundance of food supplies, jars brimming with olives and dates, and a pot of stew that never emptied, its aroma rich with promise. With one last wish at her command, Yasmina paused, her heart heavy with the weight of choice. She sought neither wealth nor the return of days past, but hoped to spread joy to those weighed down by life as she had been. "I wish to bring happiness to others who bear the burden of sorrow," she declared. The djinn smiled, granting her a small sandalwood box. "This shall produce a gold coin for every kind act you witness or perform. Spread your kindness, and let prosperity follow," he explained before vanishing into thin air. Years passed, and Yasmina's home became a sanctuary for the weary and the joyous alike. Her garden was a tapestry of life, her table a feast for the famished, and her kindness the stuff of local legend. However, one fateful night, a shadow crept over her home, thick and suffocating. A cloaked figure emerged from the darkness, his eyes burning red, his presence an oppressive weight in the once peaceful room. "Widow of the winds," he hissed, "your kindness has tipped the scales and now balance must be restored." The figure, introducing himself as Koresh, the stealer of shadows, demanded an equal measure of sorrow for every joy Yasmina had sown. Fear gripped her heart, but defiance steeled her voice. "What right have you to alter the gifts of a djinn?" she challenged. Koresh's tendrils of smoke reached for her magical box, intent on seizing it. In desperation, Yasmina called upon the djinn. Responding to her plea, the djinn materialized, his power clashing with the creeping darkness. "Koresh, dweller of the abyss, the balance of her deeds is not yours to alter," he thundered. A battle of wills ensued, light against shadow, until the dawn's approach weakened Koresh, forcing him to retreat. The djinn's victory was bittersweet, however, as he warned Yasmina of the darkness's patience and its unending desire to balance the scales. With her resolve strengthened by the encounter, Yasmina continued her charitable acts, more aware of the delicate balance between light and dark. Her story, enriched by this new chapter of her confrontation with Koresh, became a cautionary tale, reminding all of the ever-present dance between kindness and the shadows it might stir. Thus, the legend of the widow and the djinn grew, not just as a tale of magic and kindness, but as a narrative of the eternal struggle between light and darkness, forever etched into the hearts of those who believe in the power of selfless wishes. In the wake of her victory over Koresh, the stealer of shadows, Yasmina's reputation as a beacon of kindness grew, transforming her into a local legend. Her garden, lush and vibrant, became a symbol of hope in Marrakesh, and the magical box continued to produce gold coins, each a testament to her ceaseless benevolence. However, the peace that followed her triumph was not to last. As months turned into years, whispers of dark forces gathering strength began to stir once more. Koresh, though vanquished, had not been destroyed. His essence lingered, seething in the shadows, nursing his wrath to keep it warm. Driven by a vindictive desire to undo Yasmina's happiness, he devised a new plan more sinister than before. One chilly evening, as Yasmina sat by her hearth, the wind outside began to howl with unusual ferocity. The door to her home swung open with a crash, and in the doorway stood a figure cloaked in darkness. his eyes like coals smouldering in the night. It was Koresh, reborn from the shadows, his power magnified by the collective malice of the dark. "I have returned, Widow of the Winds," Koresh intoned, his voice cold as the desert night. "And this time I bring with me the scales of fate. Your kindness has filled one side, but now it shall be balanced with sorrow. For each act of kindness, a shadow will fall upon your heart." Terrified but resolute, Yasmina pleaded for mercy, not for herself but for those she had vowed to protect. "Why must joy always be countered with sorrow?" she implored, hoping to appeal to any shred of goodness within him. "Such is the order of the universe," Koresh replied, unmoved. "But fear not, for you shall not bear this burden alone." With these ominous words he vanished, leaving behind a new challenge for Yasmina to face. Determined to protect her community from suffering, Yasmina sought the djinn's counsel once again. Upon being summoned, the djinn listened gravely to her fears and offered a solution. "The balance of fate is not immutable," he explained. "You can challenge Koresh to a trial of virtues. Should you prevail, the scales will favor light once more." Empowered by the djinn's wisdom, Yasmina prepared for the confrontation. She gathered around her people from all walks of life, whose lives she had touched. Together they formed a circle of hope and courage around her, each person a witness to her countless acts of kindness. When Koresh returned, he found not a solitary widow, but a community united in strength and spirit. "Behold the power of kindness," Yasmina declared, her voice echoing through the hearts of those gathered. "It is not a weakness, but a force that binds us stronger together than apart." The trial of virtues commenced, with Koresh casting illusions of despair and misery, attempting to darken the hearts of those present. But with each act of kindness recounted, the illusions faltered, dissolving under the weight of genuine joy and communal strength. As dawn broke, Koresh's power waned, the shadows retreating as the light of day grew stronger. Realizing his defeat, he disappeared into the thinning darkness, his plans thwarted by the very thing he sought to destroy, human compassion and resilience. Yasmina's victory was celebrated throughout Marrakesh, her legend now a tale of triumph, not just over supernatural forces, but over the very darkness within human hearts. Her story became a beacon of hope, inspiring others to believe that even in the face of overwhelming darkness, the light of community and kindness can prevail. Thus the tale of the Widow and the Djinn continued, a saga of courage, unity, and the enduring power of good.